Hey everybody, it's Jordan Lone Oak Survival. Today we're going to talk about personal camouflage. Alright folks, like I was saying in the intro of this video, we're going to talk about personal camouflage. Now, I don't have all the answers for you guys. Obviously, like I say every single video, or at least point out, this is individual self. You have to rely on yourself, your knowledge, your experience, and your training, your testing out in the field to understand what camouflage pattern is going to work best for your environment. Me personally, I think this German fleck tartan does pretty snazzy up here in the eastern upper peninsula of Michigan. Just my personal take. Now, we're going to go through the 7 S's, or the 8 S's, if you will, of camouflage. I added on S there, unless it's somewhere else on some list. But we're going to talk about silhouette, shine, shadow, shape, shade, sound, speed, and scent. So, nothing else further ado, we're going to start this whole thing, guys. So, silhouette. Silhouette is basically your body shape versus your environment, right? Now, most of us, large majority of us, see other people every single day of our lives, right? We understand what the head and the shoulders look like at a distance. We understand what the V's, the arms, and the legs look like at a distance as well. So to help combat that, one of the quickest, easiest, cheapest ways to do that would probably be a hood of some kind and just taking some natural vegetation like moss or whatever and just kind of piling up around this area, possibly over here as well, in the crotch area as well. Now, a more commercially available thing that's going to help you out, let me put my hood back on, is to take a sniper veil, quote unquote sniper veil, I use that term very loosely. I call it a netting veil or camouflage netting, right? Just have something like this so you can create somewhat of a hood. It disrupts the head and shoulder shape. If you make little bat wings, either through another veil, if you will, or netting, you can help get rid of this V right here along with the crotch area as well, guys. So this does work out pretty well. I would recommend putting some kind of 3D camouflage or natural vegetation, kind of especially right here as well. You can either mark this off or you can just put it sporadically everywhere you want it to go. Just pay attention to where your face is going to be at this, guys. I would put a little bit here per se where my cheekbones are right now, but nowhere where my eyes are going to be at. So keep that in mind. So that is the cheapest, most effective way, at least in my book, of getting some personal camouflage that is quite effective at a distance. Most of the stuff guys are going to recommend is good for, I dare say, 30 plus yards away from, say, an individual who is looking for you, or individuals per se. I think a lot of these techniques will help individuals. They could have helped people possibly over in Israel for what happened over there. Maybe not. I don't know if they could have ran away and hidden their environment. I'm not too sure. May Yahweh be with those people, and may Yahweh help us resolve this situation without resorting to nuclear war, because that does not sound fun to me. Now, back on track here, guys. So, also want to pay attention to shine. That's kind of silhouette, pretty self-explanatory, guys. There's thousands of videos on this. But shine, okay? This button, if I can get it to shine a little bit in the camera, I think it's doing so right here. My fingers are pointing, guys. That plastic button is shining away. Now, granted, the sun's not on me directly, so that does say something. If it was, it'd be very shiny. Pretty easy to take care of. You take some dirt, mud, whatever it's going to be, pine sap, and then some dirt is usually what I go with. Rub it on the buttons, on the snaps, guys. It does make it dirty, but you know what? It gets rid of the shine. Now, shine also does come from anything that's metallic with a fine finish, or even sometimes a coarse finish. Just metallic itself is sometimes a shiny. Now, along with that, like I said, plastic. Okay, plastic surfaces are smooth, usually really shiny. Now, if you can't dirty these things up, at least cover them up with either some kind of elastic band, a scrunchie, some kind of cotton cloth, something that's going to match your color, your environment to a degree, and can cover up that shine. Or, worst case scenario, say you have a wristwatch or a wedding band like I do, for example, like this is very shiny in the woods. Just take that off and put it in your pocket or on a necklace around your neck, wherever it's going to be, guys. So, use your imagination there. That's shine. Shadow. Shadow is talking about the effect of your shadow and how it may have an effect on the environment. If you're sneaking through the environment to bug out or bug home, wherever it's going to be. No nefarious stuff, guys. Please don't be a bad guy. Now, that being said, so if I'm walking uphill or something like that, like not in the skyline myself, don't do that, but like somewhere on the middle ground, sun hits me, casts a shadow behind me. Can somebody see my shadow who's either looking for me on the valley floor, across the other hill, in the woods someplace? Can they see my shadow from where I'm hiding at, right? Am I casting one there? That's why you want to stick within the shadows. And by that, I don't mean the direct shadows itself. I mean, if you have to, you have to. But go low in vegetation or cover and concealment and go low, stay there, and be hidden in the shadows, quote unquote. That way you're not casting a shadow to give yourself away in your position. Hopefully so. Now, shape. That does have something to do with silhouette, like I mentioned before. You do want to have some kind of 3D camouflage on you to help break it up your human shape in the woods. Even if you're standing sideways, okay, no head, shoulders, no arms, whatever, you can still see I have clear-cut edges on. Even if I have a backpack, clear-cut edges, right? Don't want that stuff. What you want to do is have, again, natural vegetation, some kind of camouflage netting, some kind of sniper's veil, whatever it's going to be, with natural vegetation or jute or burlap on it, stuff like that that's dyed correctly to your environment and the shades and colors of vegetation thereof, excuse me. That way it breaks up that clear-cut edges on you. That's what shape is, at least to me, in a nutshell. Now, shade. Shade does matter, and I'll show you guys a couple examples. Okay, this is an Arcturus sniper veil. This is where I got it from, okay, that company. Didn't work on this one. I worked on this one. This is a really dark green, a little darker than most the younger, I'll say, coniferous trees out here. Works really well in mature coniferous trees, and it does work okay in younger trees as well, as long as I understand the effect of camouflage. I want something in front of me and something behind me to help break up my shape and the shade and all this fun stuff, guys. This does work okay as well, but again, it's a little too light. Now, surprise, surprise, with shade, it is better to start off light than dark. Because, for example, right, like I was saying, with the young coniferous trees, they're a little lighter shade of green, or a lot lighter, I should say, than this dark green, okay? I have this one for that reason. I can swap these out, and I can put on natural vegetation, whatever it's going to be, 3D camouflage, jute, whatever it's going to be, guys. Me personally, I'm more a natural vegetation kind of guy because, well, it's natural and looks more natural than, say, jute all jumbled up in one. Now looks like a rat's nest. But again, camouflage is more for at a distance, unless you're military trained and you understand this stuff and you guys are really good at it, whatever. But the thing is this, though, for the average person, you can spot these out. Now, I can always make this go darker. It's really hard for me on the fly in the field to make this go lighter. It really is. This has been rained on, this has been snowed on, and this green is not wearing out very fast at all. So it's easier to go darker from this opposed to lighter from this. And that's kind of shades, because you want your shades to match your environment in a general sense of the term. Like my Flecktarn, does it work great for this forest floor? Absolutely not. Does it work great if I'm standing up or crouched down or taking a knee or whatever, observing my environment? Yeah, it does. It works wonders if there's vegetation and leaves still on the trees. And I dare say even on some bare trees in this area as well. Does great, especially at a distance. So that's shade. Now, moving on here, guys. Sound. Sound is also easy to address as well. Sound is just like it sounds, right? I need to stop rhyming and doing all this weird plural stuff. But my thing is this, though. Sound is basically, you want to secure any gear, I'll say. Yeah, any gear on you, in your backpack, where it's going to be. So if you're moving around, it's not jingle-jangling, it's not dangling. You don't sound like you're Samwise Gamgee running down the trail after Frodo and it's just banging around with pots and pans or whatever. You don't want that stuff. You want it to be nice, quiet, padded, smooth, whatever it's going to be. That's why, for example, in my canteen here, I do have a nesting cup it sits in, but I put a washcloth in between the two. That way, this hits the washcloth and it's way quieter. And yes, it does go up the side, the whole length, or I guess the whole height, I should say, of the canteen cup. That way, it's all nestled in there. It's metal hitting cotton, or at least padding, so it's not as loud as it could be. So another good way to test that, guys, make sure you're all good to go, is to simply throw on your stuff, whatever you're going to take with you, and do the jump test. So is there anything that's really loud, anything else you can address out of your jump test? Just take note, look at it, work on it. If you can't fix it, you can't fix it. Okay, so be it. Just got to be cognizant of the sound. So, that being said, and yes, don't be afraid to modify your gear, guys, as long as you're not breaking it. Just saying that right now. Now, speed. Speed is one that most people tend to forget when they're trying to bug out or bug home. They want to get home or bug out as quick as possible. Unless your life is in direct immediate danger, I'd go slow. Now, with speed, okay, you do want to do a few things related to speed. When you come in an area, you want to think like a predator. And I don't mean that in a nefarious ways, like you're going to go get somebody. No. as a natural predator, like a wolf, for example. You want to sit there in your safe spot. You want to observe your environment. You can even do like the little whole technique of having it focused, your vision focused, okay, near, middle, far away, and you can even use binoculars to do this too, to make sure you understand your environment, right? You want to pick out a few different locations you can comfortably walk to as quietly as possible, so no dead sticks, no dead leaves, wherever it's going to be, right? Now, speaking of that, real quick, it is related, guys, on the bottom of your boots, okay? Your boots. You want to put some kind of felt padding. So you can do, say, the insulated felt padding you guys can find in most boot stores and stuff like that, online even. Get some of that, put a wool sock or some kind of sock over it that's earth tone color that matches your environment. It's going to deaden your footfall quite significantly. Don't believe me? Try it out. It's cheap to do, guys. I'm telling you right now. Game changer, especially for my fellow bow hunters out there. Game changer. Now, that's going to deaden your sound in your footfalls, right? So over dead sticks and leaves, which we want to avoid anyways, but it will help out. So we want to pick out where we want to go, the best place. Awesome. So we got that. We observe the area. We want to listen. And even cupping your ear like this helps capture extra noise to your ear because it's basically a bigger ear that you have. So you're listening, and at the same time, while you're moving your head slowly, right? Ooh, blue jay. Anyways, as you move your head slowly, squirrel moment, you're listening, you're also smelling, okay? Is there any odd sense that's not natural? Is there like Axe body spray? Is there perfume? Is there heavy shampoo of some kind? Body wash, right? Is there something that's off in the environment? Or does it smell like a wet woods after rain, which it does out here now? Or do you smell some kind of musky animal nearby? Like, what's going on? Use your scent of smell, guys. It's not as weak as most people are led to believe. Because why? Humans are natural predators. We are. We used to be hunter-gatherers. Is what we did. It's just got to get our bodies back in tune with nature. So keep that in mind. That's sound and the scents that go along with it, guys. Now, when you do move, speed, not sound. When you do move, guys, you want to sit there. Say I'm behind some concealment cover, whatever it's going to be. I want to look around, do my thing, smelling, looking, hearing, listening, whatever you want to call it. Sit there. You don't want to just stand straight up and just walk there. No. Don't do that. What you want to do is you want to get up slowly, okay? Like you're going to sprint, but you get up slowly. And with your eyes, at least on a swivel, your eyes, move slowly, glance down every so often, check your footfall, and you look, and you walk. Nice and slow, crouch down, lower than your average person's height, right? Crouch down lower, and you want to get there, and you want to sit down. You want to listen for at least, I dare say, 30 seconds. Okay? Look around with your eyes first, no head movement, because it's a big movement, just your eyes first. Okay? And then repeat over and over and over again until you're out of the danger zone. Now, I did talk about the 8th S there, which is scent, okay? You don't want to sit there and do Axe body spray, perfume, some heavily scented soap or shampoo, stuff like that, guys. So you don't want to do that stuff. Don't wear any of that anyways. If you do, because your job or whatever requires it, okay, say like a office worker or whatever, go to the woods, lay down on the ground, make sure it's not totally wet ground, I'll say that, like something moist, but you're not going to totally soaked. Roll around on the dirt. Okay, here, I'll just do it for you guys. So come over here. I think I'll be in the camera view here, maybe not. We'll just do this. Okay? Come over here. Lay down. Rub yourself in. Nice and good. Oh, yeah. Make that feel great. Or you simply just be less weird and rub some dirt, something on your body. That went in my mouth. Oh, well. So, that way, that'll help hide your scent to a certain degree. Is it 100% foolproof? Absolutely not. But, is it better than nothing? Yes, it is. Now, I will say this because it's kind of towards the end of the video. Side note here, guys. Shine. Okay, going back to that a little bit. My skin complexion is not the darkest ever, right? So I'm a white guy, I'll admit, whatever. We can also deal with dirt. Take a little bit of dirt, rub it on your forehead. Well, this doesn't really work too well. When you sit there, rub it on here, guys, right? Anywhere that's really light, rub on the dark color. If you have charcoal, you can do the same thing. If you have, well, dirt and charcoal right now is the only two things I really see around me that work for me in this environment. So stuff like that, guys, will help deaden your facial skin, especially if you're a lighter stone color. It'll help tone it down, make you a sharp, darker shade of color. So you're going to stick out like a sore thumb in this environment, along with your hands, right? That's why I have gloves on. Not only is it a little chilly out, but skin complexion, guys, I can hide it way better with these brown jersey gloves. Okay? So keep that in mind. Well, that's kind of it, guys. That's camouflage in a nutshell, personal camouflage. That's all I really got for you right now. Sorry if I missed a few things, guys. I know IR and night vision probably comes into play this too, guys. I know you guys are wondering about that. It's going to be in a later video at a later time, guys. But get out there, practice this stuff, guys. Gather around. It's not that hard to do. It just takes time, experience, and honestly, with family and friends, it's kind of fun. You know, hunt the rabbit is what we call it. Go out in your environment. You get like a 5-10 minute head start, and the rest go out and try to find you. It's like a big game of hide and seek, but you got to move to an objective. Anyways, guys, as always, thanks for watching, guys. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing. Comment down below, guys, what your personal favorite camouflage pattern is for your environment. Let me know. And as always, stay frosty, prep up. Yeah, bless.